For the last 87 years, the NJCAA has provided academic and athletic opportunities to thousands of student athletes. However, several rules make it more challenging for two-year college transfers. Recently, 16 national coaches associations, led by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association, sent a request for change to NCAA leadership to make the rules the same for all transfers. We commend their leadership and stand together in support of same game, same rules.
After 23 seasons as a professional playing and working in baseball, leadership in sports are things I deal with every day. I feel like I have my master's in baseball field experience, but I wanted the formal degree to go along with it. I needed something flexible with my schedule, and I wanted a school that shared my faith and values. That's why ACU's Master's in Sports Leadership was the right fit for me.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the National Junior College Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
My name is Riley Clark. I'm the athletic director at the Weber School in Sandy Springs. Our gym was just built this past year. It's a brand new facility and we were in need of new scoreboards. We were looking for good quality of scoreboard, ease of use with the iPads and the ability to post anything we want on that, the great warranty that it has and the ability to work with a company so easily. Those were really things we were looking for and we found all of that with digital scoreboards.
Saturday morning in the NJCAA, and we are coming to you live from the Alliant Energy Powerhouse, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for Placement Saturday as another full slate of volleyball comes your way here at the NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships. Welcome everybody on the NJCAA Network. I am Dwayne Cook, my broadcast partner, Joel McCall. We combined together here after our Court 1 and Court 2 these last couple of days, and going to start the morning off by seeing a couple of tech schools. We've got the number 11 Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute Cobras out of Hudson, North Carolina, taking on the 12th seed St. Cloud Technical and Community College Cyclones out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Joel, it's great to get to work with you again here now as we combine courts. And here's a quick look at some of our opening match stats here, presented by Netting Pros. Both teams have had a great run and have an opportunity to finish higher than their seed today.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. You have the 12 seed, the Cyclones, and the 11 seed Caldwell Tech. Both teams playing on championship Saturday. That's quite the accomplishment. You have a team that's coming out of the MCAC for St. Cloud, who's had a tough schedule throughout. They were rewarded by an at-large. Caldwell Tech, same thing, at-large placement. Not a district championship for either one of them. However, get to play on the final day for D3. And look at those stats real quickly. The team hitting percentage very even. The one thing I do look at is the defense. The digs amount that St. Cloud can get on per set, the 21, they can really frustrate any hitter up at the top. And Caldwell Tech is going to have to be prepared for that, keep swinging, and be more efficient than they have been in a couple other matches. They pushed DuPage to the max, though, at that first round matchup.
Absolutely, going 5 sets with the Chaps, so we're going to see later on today. Cobra is now 21-11 on the year under fourth-year head coach Brian Harris. St. Cloud Tech with a couple of wins here in Cedar Rapids, improving to 19-15 under the guidance of 15th-year head coach Heidi Smith. As we get set for the start of our 9th place match, let's get you to our starting lineups, brought to you by Zurich Insurance, and we'll begin with the, let's see here, St. Cloud Tech. All right, let's start off with number 12, St. Cloud Tech. Go ahead, Joel.
All right, it is Fisher, Nearing, Freeler, Young, Richards, and Dimka. Dimka had a really good match the other day, too, that you got to see, and all presented by Zurich Insurance. And don't forget about their couple of liberos that they run out there with Beegler as well as Sandquist.
And as for Caldwell Tech.
Yes, so there you go with Bertoni. Jordan, who I'm excited for you to watch because Jordan's had a really good tournament as well. Edwards, Bailey, and then Taylor McClure is their setter. Oh, I forgot Lily Orr, pardon me. I don't want to forget about her either. Lily Orr, and then the libero is Gracie McClure. There she is. All presented by Zurich Insurance, our starting lineup.
Talk about Jordan. I got to do that Caldwell Tech and DuPage match. It was the very first one of day one here over on court 2 of the first round action. A 5-set thriller, ultimately going the way of the Chaps. That kind of became a theme, it seemed like, for DuPage on that
Right.
first day, I would say. But
Right.
yeah, Destiny Jordan was great. So was Lyrical Edwards. I'm excited to get a chance to watch this Cobra team having worked their way back, as the opening serve belongs to St. Cloud Tech, and it will be their setter, Jaden Young, to get us started. An overpass dumped back by the Cyclone. McClure, another overpass from the Cobras, and Caldwell Tech defense able to hold up early on here. Dimka has to set it up. Nearing had a great match yesterday, blocked by that Cobra defense. Roll shot from Nearing, overhead dig McClure. And from the middle, that is number 10, aforementioned Destiny Jordan.
Yeah, she just played so well throughout. And what's really funny, she has 25 kills for the tournament and then add one right there for 26. But it's been their rotation with her serving that has proved to be fits for team.
Sophomore out of Hickory, North Carolina. In system look here, Nearing. Overhead dig by McClure. Up front, Jordan's going to try again to the middle, and that's a 2-touch call. Our first tie comes at 1 apiece here in the first set, and our officials have been real sticklers on that here at the tournament, Joel, at least over on court 2, with the change in the rule, of course, on 2-touch. Any kind of free ball that comes over on a push, they are very quick to get the whistle, and they are a big swing as well for the Cobras to go back in front at 2-1. And guess who? Number 10.
Yep, Jordan again. Getting in system, though, and feeding that middle, that's a big part of the Caldwell Tech's offense.
Service error. The Cobras have been very aggressive from behind the line here in Cedar Rapids. 34 aces in 3 matches for Coach Harris' team, but there's also been several service errors to go along with that as well.
Stay on the positive.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing that really matters.
Young to Fisher. Brooklyn Fisher has her first attack dug. This is Edwards from way outside. Diving save Nearing. Young dumps it, and it falls down off the hand of number 17, Taylor McClure.
That's that digging that I talked about right away in a little warm-up that we had for St. Cloud. Nearing get down and get.
Left side attack for Edwards. It was off the block, close. Joust at the net, one up front by number 10. That is Callie Richards, the Hibbing Community College transfer. Fisher from the left pin, off McClure and out. Brooklyn Fisher has had a fantastic tournament for the Cyclones. Joel, 36 kills, hitting well over 200.
I was going to say, it's the efficiency that she has brought to St. Cloud as well.
That's no surprise. Came in 6th in the country in total kills. Edwards still trying to find her first of this match. Able to get a piece of Young's dump up front.
Go right back to her.
Fisher on the left. Edwards backed up the block. Right side attack for Tony. There again. That's number 8, Young. Little out of system look here. Dimka able to curl it around the antenna. Edwards, Nearing, able to cover a lot of ground there, and a free ball returned from Young. In system look for Caldwell Tech. Bertoni catches the line.
Boy, I was going to say, if that gets out, Caldwell Tech, or for St. Cloud, and that defense just got him a point, but Bertoni did find the back line.
Jaden Sandquist, a second libero, you noted, for St. Cloud Tech as part of our Zurich Insurance starting lineup, checking in the white jersey. She has the dig immediately. Overpass, misplayed. Bertoni and Orr didn't communicate it.
Yeah, you gotta talk out there for those two, especially when it's an overpass. You need to take care of that.
Be the second setter, Jocelyn Zoller, 5'5" freshman out of Kimball, Minnesota. She's in to serve, also checking in up front. Another member of the Cyclones here, number 13, Melgren. And from the right, Bertoni makes amends.
I think that was in. I could hear the Cyclones yelling out, but I think that was in. Zoller had touched it anyway, and
Hit the moot point.
right, exactly. Cobras get it back.
Speaking of second setters, Lydia Jones coming in for the Cobras.
I thought she played a really nice match against Hudson Valley, too, yesterday.
17 assists, 5 ace serves as well, but an immediate side out here as Brooklyn Fisher connects.
You had her for how many kills?
For on the tournament?
In the D3. In D3. You ranked her. I can't remember what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was 6th coming to the tournament.
Okay, I had her. Those numbers have been behind.
Plumlee, attack from the left side. It's dug by Sandquist. Well done. Nearing gets the point.
You got to have two, right? You got to have two quality hitters up front. The rotation right now with Fisher into the back. Nearing has to step up. Did there. Big kill. There you go. Right down. And McClure could not make the save.
And there's an ace serve for Brooklyn Fisher, number 5 of the national tournament.
Came in with 57 in the regular season.
8-4. Cyclones have doubled up the Cobras here early on. The dig by number 5. That is Meredith Faw, the defensive specialist. Plumlee, just a free return. Zoller has it in system and able to connect with Richards.
Didn't have the power behind that, but the fact was that Caldwell Tech was kind of looking around, figuring out who was going to take this. But, you know, one tie at 1-1. Here we are, 9-4, and St. Cloud leading.
St. Cloud Tech showing their balance as well offensively here in the early going. As you said, 9-4. Cyclones lead by 5 here early on in the first set.
You can follow all the action of the 2025 NJCAA Volleyball Championships live on the NJCAA Network. Go to njcaa.org/network to view live and archive video of each game. We have a lot of volleyball today, 9th, 7th, 5th, 3rd, and our championship a little bit later. It's an all-Dallas College championship between Eastfield and Brookhaven. Those teams have already met 3 times this year. We should have some very good and high-quality consolation matches for you. And don't forget that the network is the home for D2. That'll be starting next week on Wednesday. We'll have that for you here in Cedar Rapids, and the D1 starts a little bit later than that. All those matches on the NJCAA network except D1 Championship over on ESPN+.
Fisher gets us back underway. Eats up Fall on the back row. Saved, though, by the Cobra defense. Free ball from McClure. Dollar going left side. Nearing. Such a great story, too, here about Lexi Nearing, the sophomore out of Ogilvie, Minnesota. Coach Smith telling you that she was lightly recruited, small school, but she's come in and just grabbed the bull by the horns, as they say.
Well, you know how much I love small schools. I'm from one.
I know it.
I'm from a small town that's only have about 100 people in it now. And when I was growing up, it had about 200. So, you know, I love it. I love those small town kids. And, yeah, she has really shined. An all-conference first teamer as well. And that's not easy to do because we talked about the MCAC and how tough it is.
Yes. Richard in an out-of-system look, unable to get it over the net. Caldwell Tech.
Needed that, though. They come out of the timeout. Coach Harris trying to get his team back, get a little response here, and cut the lead.
Lyrical Edwards, who's been awfully quiet here in the early going. Nearing 10-foot line attack, overhead dig by Tatiana Bailey, who's back into the match. She comes down the left line and puts it down, and that's got to feel great for Tatiana Bailey. Freshman from Concord, North Carolina, hitting negative for the tournament, Joel. Gets her first one to go.
I say, she's so important, and you mentioned Edwards being quiet. He's the one that leads them in kills in the tournament. Got to get both of them going. But you have to be efficient if you're Bailey, too.
Jones will set it up for the lefty Plumlee. Dug by Zoller. Sandquist with the bump set for her hitter on the right. That's Melgren. Jones there defensively. McClure for Bailey. And this time it's blocked up front. Melgren and Richards combining.
Bailey's too far away from the net, too. That set didn't bring her up far enough, and then she has to hit it in the block. Otherwise, it's going to be out. She can't go a line shot. Defense right there. It's a good job by the Cyclones.
Opponents have had success against the Cobras this week with their blocks. And an ace serve. They've also averaged about 7 ace serves per contest thus far against Caldwell Tech. 7 blocks per match for opponents against the Cobras. They've been dealing with tough defense throughout the week, which is pretty prototypical here of the national tournament. Dollar looking Nearing's way by McClure. Jones come to Bailey here on the left, blocked but out.
And there
She's
you
got
go.
2 kills.
Tool off the block this time, able to make it work, get over to the scores table and get it out of bounds. Bailey picking up one. I'm impressed by the efficiency of St. Cloud, too. Only one attack error so far.
McClure serve, Gracie McClure. And a mishit up front by number 5. That is Maddie Freeler.
That's
back
on
into the
me.
match. Yes, as
I just said that they only had one attack.
that happened to me a couple times yesterday. Going through numbers and then all of a sudden just kind of fell off the cliff. Zoller coming and nearing down the line, dug by McClure. Bailey, not this time, the block true, and running out of real estate on the near side was Edwards. Good block again up front, set by St. Cloud Tech as they bring in Young and Dimka once again.
Edwards almost ran into the fist of the person doing live stats down here on the bottom right.
You know what? You make a business decision when you sit courtside.
Yeah, you got to keep hands down.
Yes.
Let those players get to those balls.
Ooh, Jones just able to sneak it over. Called off Jordan and Plumley. How about an out-of-system attack?
Yeah, I thought Plumley played really well yesterday.
She really did.
11 kills against Hudson Valley. Wasn't quite her season high, but she still was very efficient. Got a couple of kills in and out of system. That time, as you said, out of system. In fact, Jordan and McClure were pretty much right next to each other. No one calling it out.
Overpass on the serve receive. Jordan. Much more traditional system look that time.
I like that middle hit, and the fact is that you have to be so quick on that with the timing, and they made that work. That was a nice set.
The libero, Bigler with the pass up front. Jordan, free ball. Young coming to Dimka at the right pin, and that's down.
Well, Taylor McClure really saved that anyway for Caldwell Tech with a one-arm dig just to get it up. Otherwise, it looked like St. Cloud was going to get one already. Dimka, though, shining on that. Hot and cold, though. You know, she's hit double figures, but then
Yes.
we've also seen her only have 3 in a match.
Bailey, big swing. Young on the receiving end. Dimka's going to try one more time, and that's long.
That's what I mean by that, hot and cold. You got to, she's way underneath that ball, launching it up, not enough spin on it. Couldn't get that kind of that top spin serve that you're looking for, especially the lefties. They really love that shot.
Meredith Maw into serve, play a little back row defense. Here's Fisher off the touch and out. Ooh, it sure looked like there was a cut.
I think he cut that across the block, the far side.
Coach not going to challenge. He asked Fisher if indeed he should. Waved off her head coach. Here she goes and tracks down the serve receive, and Dimka free ball. Caldwell Tech in the blink of an eye back within 1, and they're going to tie this up on a double touch call on Fisher.
First tie since 1-1. Good response here by the Cobras, and they've been able to get back into system. I think a lot of it just has to do with their setter. Taylor McClure is playing a fantastic tournament and doing it right here.
68 assists coming into today's match. You factor that being a 6-2 offense, 6 assists per set, pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Fisher missed on the roll shot. You know, ever since you talked about that efficiency, Joel.
Well, again, not jumping up. She's at the 10-foot line. Momentum carries her back, stepping back before she even hits. Got to get on top of the ball. Can't there.
Been all with Fall behind the service line as well. Freeler. McClure, and again, the spacing little off that time, and a collision causes the ball to go awry. Back to a tie with the Cyclones and Cobras locked at 15.
A Fall coming up to make that play. Should have just let it go and have Jordan take it in her spot.
Be Freeler, 6 ace serves, not this time though.
Long.
And Sandquist back up off the bench.
Telling you, yesterday against Hudson Valley, this is the best rotation Caldwell Tech had, and it didn't have their libero in the lineup.
With Jordan serving. Fisher, dug by Jordan on the back row. Here is Edwards. Can she get involved? Sandquist, the overhead dig to keep it from happening now. Or 2-touch. 16 all. Back and forth we go here in the middle of set 1. Yeah, Edwards has yet to record that first kill, right?
Yes.
I don't think we've had her for one yet.
Nine kills for Caldwell Tech, 9 for St. Cloud as well. Yep.
She's averaging 12 a match.
Had 7 attacks, but no kills yet.
Certainly you imagine the Cyclone defense, even with the quick turnaround between matches here at the national tournament, they're keyed in on number 11. Edwards tries again, roll shot, Sandquist digs it. Zoller coming left to Fisher, off the block, kept up by Orr. Bertoni will set. And again, we see two Cobras in the same area.
Again, that's the middle. You just got to get out of the way of that. That's Orr's ball. I will say Caldwell Tech getting back into this match. The reason why they're out digging St. Cloud Tech 20-12 right now.
And how about that after look at the numbers earlier by netting pros?
I know.
That's a role reversal.
So that's what I mean.
There you go. Edwards, ask and you shall receive. Puts one down, 17 all. Lydia Jones and Kelsey Plumley back in for the Cobras.
4th straight tie, by the way. Ties all the way from 14-7.
Become well acquainted with ties up here on court.
Yes.
Fisher. No, dug by Jones. Back over here to the near side. Edwards. A roll shot coming from Grace Floor. Middle set. And it's Melgren who puts it down from Zoller. Rather, Richards, beg your pardon.
Yeah, Richards, as you said, he was the transfer from Hibbing. Great asset, what Coach Smith called her.
Welcome addition, no doubt.
Everybody looking for a good middle.
Plumley. Oh, lefty from the left side that time. Nearing. Had the good start, but since then the Cobra defense has adjusted. Edwards off the touch. Stays up for Nearing. Coming right side. Blocked. Edwards. Along with Orr combining on the stop. And again, we're tied.
The Cyclones were trying to misdirect there, make it look like it's going to Richard. Instead, come back over on this near side, but Caldwell Tech was ready for it.
18 all as Edwards will serve. Elgren that time, handled by Bertoni. Overpass, joust. Bailey arguing she didn't touch it. Richard, dug by McClure. Jones comes back to Bailey on the left. It's long, no touch. St. Cloud Tech regains the lead. This has a big feel of the semifinal match I had last night on Court 2, Joel, between DuPage and Brookhaven. Very back and forth. But Brookhaven, when they had the lead, and even DuPage come back to tie, they would never relinquish it, did the Bears, on their way to a championship berth.
And look, just serving errors, too. Can't have those.
Backbreaker.
Yep, St. Cloud, more serving errors. Well, in fact, both have more errors than aces thus far.
They're just going to get a free ball return out of this. Try to get a roll shot even. They didn't get it with Bigler. There you go. Cobras in front.
Bigler should have just bumped that over, lift, fight, another volley.
McClure. Dug by Nearing. Zoller comes to the right side for Melgren. Dug by McClure. Jones looks right for Plumley, and she got blocked by the net.
Too tough of a set there.
Yes.
You're not even looking at your hitter, trying to put that up in a good place. That's a tough one for Jones to try to set. Probably should have went back over on this near side where she was at least able to make eye contact with her hitter and know where to put it.
Well, it's not clear who's going to win this set, but I know it's 2020. Jordan kind of hid there in front of the net. It was a really good job by Young even to keep that ball alive. Jones coming back to Bailey at the left. Backed up by Young. Nearing. Again, McClure's there defensively on the back row. Plumley from the right. Love having the lefty at the right pin.
There, now you're able to look at her. You can figure out where to put it.
Cobras recaptured the lead at 21-20. Bertoni's back in, as is Taylor McClure. Go ahead.
Talked about ties, though. At this, I thought I was done with ties after Butler County and my first round matchup with DuPage.
55, is that right?
55. I thought I was done after that. That was enough. I ran out of work. I ran out of paper.
A push from Mattis, from Freeler, and there's Destiny Jordan. Finally, we get a little separation here at 2 points for the Cobras.
Coach Smith calling a timeout, too, for St. Cloud Tech. Well, and you had hit on the design play there for Jordan hiding out by the pole there and then coming up on the serve receive. Caldwell Tech has used that, I wouldn't say a lot, sparingly probably, but, man, when it's there and the timing is there, that is a really difficult play to defend, and the Cyclones did it on that previous one. I'm sure that Caldwell Tech will go back to it, but for St. Cloud, again, you're hitting under 100, 7 kills or 7 errors to 10 kills, and the digs are at 18, but Caldwell Tech at 27. It's surprising because
27, that's unbelievable.
Right, exactly. I mean that is a ton of digs in one set already, and and you're talking 45 attacks already.
Right.
They're in system. They're getting good swings. Caldwell Tech defense has been up to the challenge thus far.
In the tournament, the Cobras averaging about 15 digs per set, so well over that number here in this. Our first of 5 matches on this placement Saturday. Ultimately, it will culminate in a national champion being crowned. Will it be a three-peat for the Dallas Eastfield Harvester Bees, or will it be the team also hailing from the Lone Star State, Dallas Brookhaven, gets the better of the 4th matchup? Back to action, McClure.
Quite a few stories.
Yes, a ton of storyline. That's 2 touches on Dimka, and there it is again. They again, with that rule change this year on 2 touches, if you push a ball over with both hands, you're just setting yourself up for giving away a point.
We have not been that stingy over here in Court 1 either.
It's been a big focal point over on Court 2. We've seen it called a lot. And rightfully so. I mean, I'm not saying it's the wrong call by any means, but they're definitely keyed in on it. Jordan, speaking of keyed in, 24-20, Cobras.
Oh, you complained about it a couple years ago, though, because it ended a national championship here on Court 1.
That's the end a championship match. I mean, that takes a lot of gall to make that call.
Richard Bland, you're welcome, Coach Champagne, talking about that. You are watching the NJCAA Network presented by Zurich American Insurance Company, the official provider of student-athlete insurance for the NJCAA. Zurich helps athletes get back on the field after an injury. Learn more at zurichna.com. Dwayne and I have covered quite a few national championships right here at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena. D3 moving from this particular spot, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to the College of DuPage next year for the next 2 years. We'll see where it goes from there, but I've had a lot of fun covering this tournament, and
it's been a blast.
Nice to have you back after you missed last.
Good to be back. Taylor McClure to serve with set point for the Cobras. 4 of them at their disposal. There's the 2-touch call. Yep. 25-20. You might as well just take that one out of the playbook, I would say. After a back-and-forth affair here towards the latter stages of the first, the Cobras go on a run, 5 straight, to win 25-20 and grab the 1-0 advantage here in our 9th place match. You're watching the NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championship on the NJCAA Network.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the National Junior College Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
My name is Riley Clark. I'm the athletic director at the Weber School in Sandy Springs. Our gym was just built this past year. It's a brand new facility, and we were in need of new scoreboards. We were looking for good quality of scoreboard, ease of use with the iPads and the ability to post anything we want on that, the great warranty that it has and the ability to work with a company so easily. Those were really things we were looking for, and we found all of that with digital scoreboards.
Back here at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse, 1 set down and a 25-20 lead for the squad out of Hudson, North Carolina. 900-plus mile trip here in Cedar Rapids. Only 350 or so for the Cyclones out of St. Cloud Tech.
Travel was not great for everyone to get here either. So I'm just glad that everyone was able to make it. And I think the biggest thing that you said right before we went to the break and you shot it there was the run. We were tied at 20s. In fact, we were tied at 14 through 20, back and forth, and then those 5 straight points for Caldwell Tech. There you see the numbers from that first set. And again, not enough efficiency out of St. Cloud Tech. They had 10 more attacks than Caldwell Tech, but only end up with 10 kills total for Caldwell Tech, 13. And there you see with the efficiency. And again, we talked about the digs at the beginning of the match. St. Cloud Tech was averaging about, 8 more per set than Caldwell Tech, and it's Caldwell Tech that had a plus 10 on that. All those numbers in our stats all brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Let me say it.
No, I didn't. Well, you said you hadn't done it all.
Well, I didn't know.
You're rusty on that. I'm trying to show you how to do it. I'm here to help.
I am a big supporter of our United States military.
Now he says it.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, You know that? Do you know the Air Force song?
No.
I didn't think. Flying high into.
Jordan led everybody with 5 kills and hit 571 for Caldwell Tech. 5 kills, 571. And Bertoni had 3 and hit 750 in that first set. It's Fisher, Nearing, Young, and Richards all with 2. So it's balanced, but it's not enough balance.
That young lady right there, Taylor McClure, distributing the volleyball all around.
13 kills and 13 assists. Can't get much better than that.
Well, and that number per set right there, if you stay on that average, is the lead.
Right.
McClure gets started in the second. For Bill, North Carolina.
Quite a few sophomores on both squads, too, coming in.
5 sophomores out of the 12 for the Cobras, 8 out of the 12 for the Cyclones.
Yeah.
Service error. We'll get the St. Cloud Tech squad on the board first with Maddie Freeler serving. McClure for Jordan. There's that hideaway attack again. This time Freeler was able to get a piece of it up front. Off this block, out of play, Brooklyn Fisher. You got to think that's where they're thinking of going here early on.
Oh, yeah, you got to feed Fisher. Got to get her going early. 9 attacks at first, but 2 kills.
She is the career kills leader in St. Cloud Tech program history after her now almost full 2 years. Jordan on the double look up front, rather Bertoni, beg your pardon, from this near side. She and Bailey flashed. Becca Bertoni, freshman, will be presumably back next year for Coach Brian Harris out of Italy, going overseas to bring her in. Fisher mishit, and 2-2 were tied.
Okay, all right.
I feel like it's only fair.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I got it.
Meredith Fall. Towards the net, Young. And Fisher on the swing. Jordan, nice job as that came right off Bertoni. Even better by Bertoni. Jordan on 2, missed.
Thought for sure she was going to get that one in the back line. She had a good jump on it, but just shot it long.
Sophomore from Hickory. You know, I didn't think to ask either, as Edward, a quiet first set, really, even amongst all the Cobra success, but gets one there as it pinballs around before making its way to the floor, 3-all. I didn't think to ask with, of course, this Caldwell Tech team being from North Carolina, last name Jordan. There's a relationship there.
Doubt it.
I doubt it. But you never know. You would think Coach Harris would mention that in your email.
Yeah, might.
There's Destin Jordan making an impact again from behind the service line. 10 ace serves in the tournament prior to that one there, packing on.
5 of them happened in that second match tournament against West.
Dimka was blocked by Edwards. Bertoni swipes away. Fisher's going to try from the left. It's long.
Looking for the block. That's exactly what she was looking for. It was not there. Caldwell Tech kind of moved off of the side of it. Got it long instead of hitting off the block.
One of the 2 teams here from the Carolinas Junior College Conference. We'll see number 5 Sandhills coming up later today. And there's a block for the Cobras to lead 6-3.
That was a solo, too, by Bertoni.
What she does. She and Jordan came in tied for the team lead with just 10 solo blocks here. I found that kind of surprising.
I know.
Especially with how well they've done here. And there is the ace serve for Jordan.
Telling you, this rotation, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't imagine that Coach Harris would be like, oh, yeah, just pull our libero and we'll be perfectly fine with our middle out there digging. But the fact is Jordan is serving strong. This is 2 aces already within this rotation.
Timeout called by Heidi Smith, her first here of the second. Cyclones trailing by a set and 3-7 here in the second.
Stay up to date with the latest news and information regarding NJCAA volleyball by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association, njcaa.org. That's where we're getting all of our live stats, pulling stuff from. All off the NJCAA bracket. Look up what everyone has done here at the Day 3 tournament.
It's very interesting the success that Caldwell Tech is having here early on as you see Coach Brian Harris. Not in the orange suit he had on day one against DuPage. He's mellowed out a little bit. He's got a little checkerboard look on the pants down there.
I like the bright.
Oh, yeah,
it's eye-popping
for sure. Jordan gets us back underway, dug by Sandquist. They go to Dimka. He sails it. 8-3 Cobras. The opponents thus far here in the 3 matches for St. Cloud Tech, Joel, haven't had the kind of success the Cobras have had here early on. They're only averaging about 2 blocks a match, and the digs are less than 15. They really haven't had, for the most part, an answer for this attack from the Cyclones, but Caldwell Tech certainly has.
Yeah, St. Cloud Tech is. Ooh.
Really close to the corner. They're going to award the point.
Yeah, I was going to say the official above overruled.
This line judge here on the St. Cloud Tech side had the ball down. The other had the flag up. But given to the Cobras as the run continues.
I think that
maybe
last
ball
hit
on
was
line.
in anyway.
I think it was too.
I was in. It was in.
I did say maybe. Maybe ball don't lie.
It was in. That last one, though, was in.
Yes. Zoller and Melgrid coming in for Young Dimka, respectively. Is that a 7-0 run? I think they were down 2-3. Were they not?
No, I had it tied at 2.
Tied at.
Never had another.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Caldwell Tech was down 2-3. If only we had something to look at to see if in fact that is the case. Fisher, overhead dig Edward. Bertoni misses on the crosser. He thinks there was a touch, and the side official agrees.
You were correct. We were tied at. I failed to write that down. Then Jordan went on that ace, and then the run happened. Yep. I don't know why I missed that one, but I did.
It's early. We'll give you a break.
I did not have very much coffee, and I slept. So.
Meredith Baugh. Excuse me, that was Lydia Jones, number 9.
Jones.
And she picks up an ace serve. That'll teach.
There you go. You get to see the replay of it, too.
11-4, Cobras out front by 7. And another back-to-back against a St. Cloud Tech back row that has limited opponent to 18 aces all week.
Caldwell Tech, all 4 of their aces are in this set. Jordan had 2 of them, and now Jones.
Vanquist pass back to Zoller. Left side, Melgren. Dug up by Gracie McClure. Jones tracked it down. Ball will attack from the back row. Coming back to Fisher. That's in.
I have to say, Faw's hit from the back row really wasn't too
really
bad.
good.
She's the DS, but yeah, then Fisher comes back, her 5th. But right now, St. Cloud is hitting negative for the match. More specifically in this set.
Jones coming outside, Plumley at the left, dug by Sandquist. Nearing's going to try, and that hits a couple of Cobras, and Coach Harris making a play on the side.
Yeah, Faw and Fisher nearly colliding on that. But that's the placement by Nearing as well.
Nearing came out, had those couple of kills early on. That caught the line. Yes, it did. That's an ace as the Cyclones starting to find a little traction here.
I want to see that replay. Did we get that ball? You know that.
Jones. Free return from Edward. Middle set for Richards by Faw. Jones coming to Plumley here on the right. Hit up off the block by Nearing. Other side, and that falls on the St. Cloud Tech side. Richards couldn't quite get there.
Zoller had a lot of area to cover to get that set to St. Cloud.
Tatiana Bailey returns to the front row for Caldwell Tech. Edward.
Yeah.
Nearing. Up by Edward. Jones will set for Bailey, running into a roll shot, and that comes down.
Nice job tooling off the block of St. Cloud Tech, and it is double up time here in set 2, 14-7.
After such a back and forth affair in the first, they have carried that 5-0 run momentum they built into that frame here with them into the second. Nearing, what a dig by Gracie McClure. Edwards going to swing away from the back, dug by Sandquist, overpass, Bailey swiped it back. Right side, Richard block. Nearing missed, tried to cut it back.
Gave her an opening for a line shot, but she had already made up her mind to cut instead. bounds.
8-point lead, Cobras. Leading 1-0 after a 25-20 first set victory. Edwards puts one in the net. A side out that St. Cloud Tech desperately needed as Bigler, the libero, comes in along with Freeler up front. Middle for Lily Orr. Middle on the other side, that was Freeler, had it dug up by Edward. Bailey, block, good cover by Edward. Bailey tries again, that's long.
Block came down. St. Cloud, their blocking has not been able to get an actual stuff. Some of these tips have not allowed their defense really to get back.
You know, one thing about Edwards, we talk about her hitting numbers, and rightfully so. 38 coming into today. Another one from Bailey that sails, and St. Cloud Tech pulls back to within 5.
You can tell she's looking for that block again, and St. Cloud Tech getting out of the way.
But 25 digs for Edwards, too. He puts
Yeah.
in a lot of work on that back row.
Well, and she gets tattooed with that serve, too.
Free return. Caldwell Tech did well to get that.
Oh.
Nearing dug by Gracie McClure. Here's Plumley from that right side.
That's huge. Absolutely huge. I'm sorry, Dwayne, but Nearing had no block at all. Caldwell Tech was already scrambling around after their serve receive. Nearing could have got to put that ball down, especially when there's no block. Then you get Caldwell Tech. That's a later, like,
Dump. 2-touch. They're just not going to allow it. Our officials in this match are not going to allow any kind of push over the net.
right. That's even from the setter for
Yes,
St. Cloud
right.
Tech.
Off the arms of Nearing. Scramble drill
Ooh.
now. Nice job by Fisher, and Nearing
Oh.
will miss.
Spiking herself, too, afterwards. Wonder where the confidence is for the St. Cloud Tech
Well,
Cyclones.
one thing they have drawn confidence from all year is, especially here in Cedar Rapids, has been their battle test. They have played one of the most difficult schedules you'll find out there.
Yes.
And here for touch call, that it was not touched by the block on the attack by Richards. Heidi Smith would like to chat. Her second and final time out of this second set as the Cobras lead it 19-10.
But you talk about their schedule. They go to the opening weekend tournament. The OWT is a huge thing. You know, feels like there's like 300 schools there because everybody that I write about for D2 certainly is there. So yeah, and then you talk about their conference itself, battling in Minnesota West. You know, I know Century was a little down this year, but they had a loss to Century earlier in the season too. RCTC, and even Ridgewater was better this year than in years past as they try to bring their program back up. So yeah, they definitely battle tested. They've played some D2 teams. I really am at a loss for figuring out what is going on with St. Cloud Tech this morning, other than the fact of just how well Caldwell Tech remained in system and in the back row. Their defense.
That's the
40
difference.
digs. 40 digs already.
That'll win you a lot of matches.
At 29 the first.
Gracie McClure serves to get us back underway. Here's the other thing. Serve has just not been there either. St. Cloud Tech.
And every coach at this tournament, every coach at
single
every level, it doesn't matter, is going to talk about serve receive and how important it is to get those options.
Yeah, receptions, that's the entire tone of the point. Much better job this time. Freeler over the block finds the donut.
But down by 10, or now 9. But this one really got out of reach for the Cyclones. Now it's about putting some points together. If you could get long runs at the service line, give a quick side out, got a chance at it.
Plumley from the right pin. But by Bigler, Young will set it up as she and Dimka are back in, and Dimka making an impact.
And what a set there, too, by Young. Again, not looking at the hitter. He's running towards us. Dimka's over on the far side. Good set. Good
Sophomore
kill.
setter from right here in Marcus, Iowa. To the Hawkeye State for the D3 championship. Here's Jordan.
I
Good
prefer
cover.
Cyclones.
I'm sure you do. Talk to the government.
I won't.
No, it won't. Bailey blocked. Dimka and Freeler. And here come the Cyclones. Still a lot of ground to make up, but a few points.
But there you go, 3 in a row. That's what they need. They need probably 2 more, even if they get a side out. But then it has to be that quick change of maybe you get another 2 out of the timeout. Then if they give up just the 1, they can get back into this. But need the run for Cyclone.
Sensing a little bit of that momentum swing, Coach Harris electing to use the first timeout. Second national tournament appearance in program history after the Cobras restarted their program after a long hiatus, 08 to 22. Didn't play volleyball down there in Hudson, but since coming back, Coach Harris has them playing a high level.
He believed that they should have been in the tournament last year. And in fact, both teams could have made a very strong case that they should have been here a year ago. And now I think showcasing their talents and being double-digit seeds and playing for 9th, kind of clear that maybe they should have been here last year.
And it's affirmation for the association as well of having 2 at-large teams be here on Saturday. Plumley, nice shot.
It was. Not a whole lot Young could do in the back row. Try and make that.
Back in come Bertoni and Taylor McClure.
Well, you're going to get rewarded with tough schedules, and then how well you do in your region. Caldwell Tech certainly deserved it getting here. I mean, they battled with Sand Hills and a couple other ones. So their region itself has a lot of D2 as well. You talk about those USC schools, and most of those fall into that D2 category. So, and really only having 9 losses throughout that regular season in the district tournament, they were certainly battle tested. But
they lead by 7. Taylor McClure, left side for Bertoni. Blocked back. Bailey's going to try from the right. That one blocked back too. Freeler and Fisher. Well, like you said, Joel, while this may not be, as we take a second look at this block again, while this may not ultimately end in St. Cloud Tech being able to overcome that big deficit, getting some momentum going to a third is a big deal right now.
Oh.
Jordan quells a little bit of that.
Yeah. Kitzberger got an arm on it, but then it straight over to the net.
Yeah, you note appearance by Mackenzie Kitzberger. Freshman Diaz has come in. Zimmerman, Minnesota, and an ace.
You get a nice little run for the Cyclones, and then Caldwell Tech kind of shut that momentum down. As you said, it feel maybe a little bit better about yourself. It was a 23 or 25-20.
7 ace serves in this set.
Yep, they're all coming on this set.
Meredith Fall with back-to-back for the Cobras, and they have set point at 24-15. Another misplay. Just a free return from Dimka. McClure going to Edwards at the 10-foot line. Dug by Kitzberger. Young's going to come to Fisher. Down the line, caught it.
Thought that was even tipped anyway. I saw that McClure was pulling away thinking it's out, but I thought that touched a Cobra up at the net regardless.
Richards back in. Got to have a run here for Freeler. Set point number 2 off the tape from Jordan. What a save by Young. Another good one by Fall on the other side. Here's Edwards off of Kitzberger and out. She clinches the second for the 11 seed Cobras of Caldwell Tech. They are a set away from a 9th place finish, which will be their best in program history here at the Division III National Championship. Stay tuned, more coming. The NJCAA Network.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
After 23 seasons as a professional playing and working in baseball, leadership in sports are things I deal with every day. I feel like I have my master's in baseball field experience, but I wanted the formal degree to go along with it. I needed something flexible with my schedule, and I wanted a school that shared my faith and values. That's why ACU's Master's in Sports Leadership was the right fit for me.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
Caldwell Tech up 2-0 here in this 9th place constellation of the 2025 NJCAA Division III tournament. In that last set, St. Cloud Tech ended up finishing with a negative. Now they're hitting just zeros, 17 kills, 17 errors. And Caldwell Tech in that last set hit 129 for the match. There you see 174, 42 digs. They get another 13 in that last set. And then the 7 aces, those all happened in the second set for the Cobras as they ran away at a 25-16. Only 2 ties in that set too, and they happened at 2 and 3 as Caldwell Tech leads the way 2-0 in all of our stats presented by the U.S. Air Force. Them for being our sponsor as well as our country. Fisher has 5 kills for St. Cloud Tech. He leads the way there. And for Caldwell Tech, it's balance. Bertoni and Jordan each hitting 6 kills. And Bertoni's at 500 and Jordan at 455. Efficient. And then you got Taylor McClure with 14 assists. Don't want to forget about that. Setters are certainly important.
No doubt. Oftentimes overlooked when it comes to the offensive attack, but guess what? The ball doesn't get there without their steady presence for sure. 2-0 lead for the Cobras from Caldwell Tech. St. Cloud, they want to try to battle back for a 9th place finish. They're going to have to do it with the old reverse sweep as our side official checks the rotations before we get set number 3 underway.
You talked about Caldwell Tech and what they did the last time they were here. That was 2023. They were the 7th seed and placed 10th. They lost to Brookhaven in that 7-10 matchup and then ended up winning out and then lost the 9th place match. So they won the 2 straight to get to championship Saturday, but fell in this match. I don't remember the opponent. I didn't write it down.
It was Harper.
Harper, there you go. Thank you. You had it.
That's why we write them down.
Yeah, I did not.
I promise that was not off memory. McClure coming here to Bailey to start. The block was there, but it's out. And Tatiana gets the scoring started for the Cobras in the 3rd.
10 ties total in the match, but 8 of those happened in the first set. Good battle then. Caldwell Tech pulled away.
8 ace serves. That one just dove right down. That was a nosedive to the back row from Taylor McClure. And that's been a theme this year for the Cyclones. Their serve receive has let them down when you look at the difference in their wins and losses coming here to Cedar Rapids as a block up front. Bertoni and Jordan there to reject Dimka. 3-0 start for the Cobras. St. Cloud Tech in there, 17 wins, only allow about 5.5 ace serves to their opponent on average in those matches. 14 losses, that number goes up to 8. Here we are. They've done well this week here in Cedar Rapids to limit those. Bertoni tries, dug by Bigler. This will be Young for Dimka. Blocked back, Freeler, Dimka. Great body control to get that ball back, but it's out. 4-0.
Young tried to save it, get it over to the scores table. Yeah, what a start for the Cobras.
You know, they missed out last year too, Joel. We haven't even talked about this. Maybe you did at a different time here over on Court 1. But all these players, it's new for them here at this stage, right? The national tournament, but a lot they can rely on with Catherine Pate, the assistant coach who was here a couple of years ago.
Yep, I did mention about her. Coach Harris sent a really nice write-up on her as well. Didn't even play that year because she had that knee injury,
right.
But still able to at least explain to your athletes that, hey, here's what you kind of can expect. I have heard some coaches say you could tell them a million times what it's like, but they don't really understand it until they're here.
Overpass. Bertoni happy to take advantage of it.
I'll just keep the efficiency going up for her.
6-1 Cobras, service error.
And Bertoni now at 500 and Jordan 500, 7 kills each. All tournament team, who knows?
Could very well be.
We don't have say in that. They don't.
No.
We don't get to vote.
One of the first times I've seen Esther Evans checking it up front here along with Zoller. So she's in there instead of Melgren. Fisher sends it long, wanted a touch call, didn't get it.
I believe I saw Evans quickly one of the.
That would have been their first rounder.
Yeah, it must be kills. I do remember her playing, but it wasn't much.
And Kitzberger can't handle the serve. Destiny Jordan continues to just rack them up. Like giving out today.
Incredible. Uh-oh. That was her third.
She has 13 in this being the fourth match here at the national tournament. Zoller, right side attack. And this one falls. Brooklyn Fisher, timing wasn't all that great, but it kind of caught the Cobras on their heels.
The top killer, though, for St. Cloud has to move to the back on that rotation, so leaves. Got to look at Nearing.
She's in for Kitzberger. Edwards seemed to mishit that.
Yeah, she just totally came off the fingertip. That was it. Not enough power to even get it over the net.
Cobras got off to a 6-1 start here in the third. Cyclones have cut it to 4 at the moment. Bertoni, nice dig by Sandquist. Nearing's going to try from the left off the tape. McClure to McClure and back over Sis's head.
Gracie would have got that over. Ooh. Might have been one of the best dig of the entire tournament.
But Nearing ultimately gets it to fall. Fisher. Fall over to the far side for Bertoni. Edwards the roll shot. Come to 14, Evans. Swing there on her first try today. Bertoni off the fingertips of Zoller and out. Sometimes it's just your match, Joel.
Yep.
It feels like that way for Bertoni as she gets the head of the sideline, all smiles. Back in come Plumley and Jones. Zoller looking left for Nearing. Down the line, there's yet again Grace McClure. Edwards off the block and out.
Everybody's going to sit there and say, what a hit by Edwards, but it really is it's the pass by McClure that kept things in system for Caldwell Tech. Not that, but she didn't even hardly move.
Middle, Evans blocked. Sandquist backed it up. And I think that, it was off the block. Richards, sure if it had made it over that far or not. Edwards off the tape. Nearing, back row Sandquist. What a set back to her. Jones keeps it out of the net. Edwards.
Oh, my.
How about that?
What a set by McClure. Or, pardon me, Jones. Jones on that. Here you go.
Keeping it out. It's so often you see that ball just end up in the net. And Edwards with the awareness of where the block was.
Not only that, but I figured Jones touched the net, extending out the arms like that.
Zoller for Nearing. One of the better looks we've seen St. Cloud Tech get. Starts with the serve.
Yeah.
Not like a broken record on that, but.
Get in system. Hit her something. The block is late, too. Ball's already in the air and coming over there. Nearing swinging before the block jumped.
Jones with a bump set for Edwards. And that one hops the Cyclone bench.
Got to more than 2 here for Beagler.
Sophomore libero.
Oh!
Out of Monticello. And got a friendly hop. Cyclones back to within 3. We call that a home roll normally.
Yeah.
They are a little close to them. As noted. Jones. Middle, a push for Orr. Surprised they didn't call it touch, to be honest. Or how about a block on a back row attack? Timed it perfectly off the hand of Brooklyn Fisher.
Look at her reaction, too. She almost a disbelief.
You know, she had a big blocking match well against Paige at the Leor, and it kind of caught us all off guard. She had 8 blocks on the year.
I was gonna say, yeah. Not that much. Even just the kills department, too. 6 coming into the.
Cobras get a side out as Edwards serves. Nearing, trying to get it right back. McClure dig. Jones going to Plumlee out on the right. Just under it was Zoller, but it's out of play.
That's twice she's attacked Zoller and not up to the task for the dig.
You know, there will be some key pieces, like you said, this Cobra team they're going to have to play. Plumlee being one, the McClures, Stephanie Jordan. They also bring a lot back, Joel.
Yeah. Well, and can't forget about Faw either as a DS and a freshman that come back. Certainly helps. You have Orr, who can clearly, she could step up. She could play.
Yes.
Got one right there.
He'll be back for Tony.
For Tony's a big one. And Edwards.
Edwards, of course.
And Bailey. You're trying, well, and Jones for the setting, too. So you got one setter. You know, maybe Caldwell Tech will have to retool it a little bit, maybe run with just Jones next year, or you find another setter that can come in. But, yeah, it's a good core. It's a very nice core that the Cobras return, and especially when you have hitters.
Yeah.
You know you're going to have experienced hitters. There's going to be high school setters around the area. They're like, I do want to set
play
for
with
her.
them. Yeah, it's very fluid in junior college volleyball, of course, the year to year. But I'll tell you what, what Coach Harris has done in these last 4 years, probably got several out in the Carolinas that would love to don the blue and orange of Caldwell Tech.
Well, and he even said in the recruiting process that making it to the national tournament right away was a big factor for them to find better players right away.
Middle for Freeler, and late was the Cobra defense to react. Back in come Young and Dimka. And Dimka go on a good run here while she's on the front row. She was stellar against Brookdale. Hit over 600 against the Jersey Blues.
Right.
Find a little bit of that match here. That's way along from Orr. And even she was surprised how much she got under it.
Yeah, you mentioned how good she was. Who'd you say? Against Brookdale?
Brookdale.
But the problem is that you only get 5 and 3 out of her from Sandhills and Finger Lakes.
Right. Bailey. What are they going to rule? We had one line judge say down, the other out, and Coach Caldwell is going to challenge it because St. Cloud Tech got the point. Notifying our people he would like them to take a close look at that. Difference between a 3-point lead and a 5-point lead is Cobras. At least he's got the orange tumbler. Doesn't have the orange suit. The producer Alec possibly get a second look at that.
You ask now.
Tough to tell from ours.
Dimka celebrated right away. Think no chance. I touched that. Play system will have they'll slow it down, enhance it, all that.
They'll
stuff.
zoom it in.
Surprised they're not. Although that might be hard. From
this
that
is
hit.
probably going to be their best.
Now they're trying to look to see if it was in.
Right.
I thought the idea was the challenge was for a touch.
Oh. I didn't see that part.
I thought
they're not concerned at all about a touch right now.
No, they're definitely not looking at a touch.
Process complete.
Our longest review on court number 1 in 2 days was probably that was it.
And the ruling on the court will stand. It is St. Cloud Tech point.
Yeah, I thought the challenge was for a touch, instead it was in or out.
So,
My
Cyclone pulled it within 3. Hey, all right. I didn't even cross my mind, honestly. I thought it was more about the corner. McClure to Jones. Bailey's going to try one more time, and that's in the net. And don't look now. Cyclones within 2.
A nice little lift, though, after the You know that the challenge, you were right.
Off Edward Orr. Got a pretty good setback to Edward. Dimka walked into a roll shot. Going to go back to Bailey one more time, and she cashes it in off of Dimka.
Saw the block, used Dimka's right arm, drops it out of bounds. Good hit. Smart play there by Bailey.
Back comes the middle hitter, Destiny Jordan up front. Grace floor serve. How about a friendly roll for her?
You say a home roll, I call it home cooking.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
9 now? Is that 9 ace?
I believe so. Unless they have got on the life.
Young sets for Dimka. And that's over to the Cobra bench. 17-12 Cobras. 8 points away from a sweep in the 9th place match.
Get those 2 that you're thinking, okay, well, they've trimmed it down to 2, but that last set, 2, took Dimka way too far away.
10. Heidi Smith going to bring him over. 18-12. The Cobras, right as the Cyclones pulled to within 2, go on a 4-0 run to push this lead back to 6, leading the match 2-0.
Order your official 2025 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championship merchandise online at the NJCAA store. Visit shopnjcaa.com to view exclusive national championship merchandise. Started the week with 16 that could have claimed that championship, down to 2 here today for Championship Saturday, Rapids, Iowa.
Next up for us here in our 7th place match, we will see number 3, Butler County. I've had a chance to find it. Had them all the way through on court 1. And number 8, Northampton. Smart battle.
I only saw them once.
Beauty of court.
Able time.
You saw them what, against Eastfield? McClure out of the timeout. Young dump. Bailey. Reach back. Here is Plumley, rather. Hitting it off of Bigler. Kelsey Plumley. Keeps the momentum with the Cobras out of the timeout. Concentration to keep that ball up by Fisher. Dimka from way downtown. Edwards overpass. Deering had to adjust. Wasn't expecting that set to be where it was. Bailey puts it in the nylon.
St. Cloud Tech is fortunate to get that point because they looked like they were in system. Then the set was a little off. And as you said, even with the server seed coming off.
There is an ace for St. Cloud Tech, Lexi Nearing.
6. Said an overpass by Edwards. We haven't hardly heard about overpasses for Caldwell Tech at all.
And now back-to-back for Nearing. It had 4 through the team's first 3 matches. Now trying to will her Cyclones back into this 3rd set. Jordan. Oh, nice dig by Sandquist. Nearing back row attack over the tape. Overpass, and Fisher knows just what to do with that.
You better feast on overpasses. Caldwell Tech hasn't given you too many of them throughout the entire match for St. Cloud.
Cyclones cut it down to 3, and McClure and Edwards don't communicate it.
Number 7 on the day for St. Cloud Tech.
3 of them now for Nearing in this stint. Jordan, that's how you end it.
You know who runs that play really well, or did last year? Heartland. They had a middle with Mannon who could absolutely tattoo a ball, and once you get in the system, Jordan taking that down, that's how you stop a run.
In Brookhaven run it was success this week too. Cobras get a side out. Young coming here to the near side. Kind of a miss hit, but pinballed into the net by Jordan. That was number 5, Maddie Freeler.
I thought Jordan was going to get that over.
I did too.
And keep it alive.
Back in comes Richards up front. It will be Freeler to serve. Cyclones got to have the set. keep their season going and keep hopes of a ninth place finish still intact. That's in the back corner for Fisher. It's down to 1.
So give the Cyclones a lot of credit. They have not gone away after the run that Caldwell Tech had been on, nearing back at the service line, really starting to work back into the system for the Cyclones. You're seeing Fisher get more attacks. The dig, you mentioned Sandquist on a volley prior.
Yes.
I thought that was a magnificent dig for her. Keep the ball up. St. Cloud Tech, this is more of what I was kind of accustomed to seeing and figured that I would see for them coming into the tournament. They just, I don't know what happened in set 2, but here in set 3, putting together a nice little mini run, get back into it, maybe push a 4th.
All about what have you done for me lately?
Always.
And lately, it's been an extended 7-1 run for the Cyclones to cut this down to 2019 Cobras. Caldwell Tech leads 2-0. Go ahead.
Fisher with 8 kills now, too, and a couple of those here in the last few volleys, nearing at 5, and those 3 aces for St. Cloud. 8 and 8 for Tony and Jordan, and it felt like we said 8 and 8 for them about 15 points ago.
Breeler out of the break. They go to Jordan, and she delivers.
There you go. I guess she did pick up that one, stopping the run. Go right back to her. Smart.
She's the run stopper. Meredith Fogg comes in for Bailey on the back row. Past 11 o'clock local time here in Cedar Rapids. Fisher blocked, covered by Nearing. And no, Richards won't be able to get it over.
Well, I think Dimka was looking at Sandquist thinking, okay, you can set now. And instead the ball's kind of coming in the zone for Dimka. She should have taken that.
Nearing pass, stays back row. Sandquist. Just a free return here from Fisher. McClure in system. Gracie to Taylor. Punched over by Bertoni. Richard blocked. And there she is again. Destiny Jordan.
Put her name on the all-tournament team.
I would say. Four and a half blocks coming in here to today's match. Has tacked onto that in this one. Here's Dimka. Blocked again, Nearing behind it. Young will set it up for Fisher. Another block, but that one's out. Bertoni was there. But Brooklyn Fisher picks up the kill for St. Cloud Tech.
Cyclones are running out of points here. The third.
Well, you've got to have a clean run here from Zoller behind the line. Can't give one up. Balls past McClure. Coming left to Edwards. Match point Cobras.
Split. Just field goal is good. Right in between the two blocks of Evans and Richards.
And it will be arguably the best server that we've seen here in Cedar Rapids, Destiny Jordan. To try to clinch it for Caldwell Tech.
That's on you, bud.
It is.
That's on you.
I didn't say she was perfect. Match point 1 comes and goes. And now Brooklyn Fisher will have to rattle off at least 3. Bit of an overpass. Joust was won by Evans. Kept alive, though, by that Cobra front. Nearing. Blocked. And it's in. Bertoni and Orr combine. And Caldwell Tech secures their best finish in program history at the Division III National Tournament. 9th place for the team out of Hudson, North Carolina, who came here as the 11th seed and will conclude their 2025 season with a record of 22-11, 20 wins each of the past 3 years now. Joel, it's been fun watching this Caldwell Tech team throughout the weekend. To a point, St. Cloud Tech as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, give credit to both teams because, again, they finish higher than their seed. Both of them do. And making it the championship Saturday, as you said, Caldwell Tech in this spot 2 years ago. Couldn't quite finish it out. Get the 9th. Now they're going to – they're about to run off. And now they run off. So I'll go punch their name up on the board that's down the hallway.
Yep.
For St. Cloud Tech, yeah, for Coach Smith and company as well, to make it here, fight out of that MCAC, and a good core coming back for them. But some of that, they'll lose a lot. They lose quite a bit of that sophomore group that he has had. Again, I felt like they deserved to be in the tournament last year, make it this year, higher than their seed. Congratulations to the Cyclones. But yeah, the Cobras, a great sweep today, and I'm sure that Coach Harris and company going to try to make this an annual thing of getting to the national tournament.
You think he's got a couple phone calls to make after this to some prospective Cobras out there that we may see here next year?
Yep.
I would think so.
I would think so too. And for St. Cloud, you're going to have to really work at it. The recruiting process for their area is highly competitive when you have so much from the MCAC making it to the national tournament this year, 3 teams, and all playing on championship Saturday.
The 12th seed finishes 10th. Nothing to hang your head about there if you're Coach Heidi Smith Cyclones, that's for sure. Their second national tournament appearances culminate in that 10th place finish as they conclude their season with a record of 19 and 16. Up next for us with a first serve scheduled for the top of the hour at noon local time here in Cedar Rapids. We will see a pair of Pennsylvania squads go head-to-head. Butler County versus Northampton. It'll be the Pioneers and the Spartans for 7th place. We thank you for joining us for this morning's 9th place contest. Kickstart our placement Saturday here in Cedar Rapids. For my partner, Joe McCall, I'm Dwayne Cook. You're watching the NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championship on the NJCAA Network.
Hey, Coach.